Beloved, April 6, 2019. In dreams, I was taken to a stadium-like place. There, someone was speaking things about God and finished speaking. We got ready to leave when a young man approached me with great flattery to try to get the desires of his selfish heart. He didn't get much. And then another young man who was with him tried the same thing with a mocking laugh and a scornful tongue coming out of him. Both of them, to no avail, moved on, leaving me behind and arriving to the father of one of them. And he, the father, looked at me mockingly and went on his way. I soon realized that I was alone in that dark neighborhood where the nocturnal customs began their diabolical work. I thought, Lord, I am not here with anyone. This is dangerous. At that moment, a tall man arrived next to me and told me, You must not walk here alone. Come, I will accompany you. We walked until we left that place. Then, I no longer saw the person who was with me. I continued on my way alone. In the distance, I saw brothers from the church getting into their cars to leave. I called out to them, but they looked at me, laughed, and continued on their way. Soon, there were some people I knew, and I began to call them by name, but they didn't listen to me, and began to go on their way in their cars. Then I said, Oh Lord, how shall I catch up with them? At that moment, my feet began to rise, and I was able to go not only at their pace, but even further than them. As I saw the way from above, from the heights, I saw huge cages with flags in them and people in them who wanted to get out without being able to do so. This was in front of them. Then I said to those in the car, Stop! There are camps in front where they lock up people. Go to the mountains and do not pass through this place anymore. My pleas were in vain, for the people continued their march and ended up imprisoned and confined in one of those big cages that each had a flag. One cage had a yellow flag, another blue, another was orange, and another red. The ones in the car, were imprisoned in the cage that had the red flag, which, in addition to this flag, had a large sign that read, Prepared for destruction. I saw the faces of those who were there. Before, like a flock in green pastures, their faces were seen, but now their faces reflected the agony of the flock going to the slaughterhouse. They wept and lamented their presumption and insolence, but it was too late. Said my companion, the hour is come when the whole earth will enter even more into great mourning. The inhabitants of the earth will have their laughter swept from their lips by the great bitterness that will increase because they rejected the truth, twisted the right, and profaned my holy name, making themselves those lovers of everything for convenience rather than my requirements, doing that which is abominable, holy, in crooked judgment, and profaning that which is holy. And this was not enough, but they turned to the baseness of animal practices, and my eye shall see it no more. Thus hath the Holy and Exalted One decreed, Depart ye, and touch not the unclean thing. Turn ye away, lest ye be consumed. Circumcise your hearts, that you may receive the grace of him who called you by his grace into the marvelous light. Tremble, you inhabitants of the earth, for everything that can be shaken will be shaken. Be provided with the good armor, or else you will perish. Walk in grace, and ask that it may never depart from you. For only in this way will you be conquerors, be imitators of him who is a marvelous light, and you will be delivered from destruction and co-heirs of the heavenly kingdom. At that moment, beloved, there I woke up, living with you these faithful and true words, and may the Lord be the watchman for each one of us. May the Lord bless you.